Hey arm wrestlers, I have done a few videos where I talk about Brian Shaw in preparation for his upcoming match versus Eddie Hall on King of Table 13, but I haven't done a video with Eddie Hall. So this time, Eddie Hall. And we're going to check out the last video that was uploaded on Arm Wars. It's a shorter version of what they do on members, for members. So if you're not a member, become a member, because it's so much great arm wrestling content there and you can go more in depth, but we're going to go what is available to the bigger part of the public. And this is, as much as I know, a few cuts from training sessions. So if you don't know, Eddie is training with Neil Pickup. Neil Pickup is probably one of the few people on this planet that knows arm wrestling very, very well. He has been world champion, high-level competitor for many years, arm wrestling promoter, analyst, you call him whatever. He's an arm wrestling expert and he loves the sport. And working with Eddie, there's some challenges as it's not enough time. Eddie's preparing for a fight, so he's doing martial arts training as well as arm wrestling training. So his system is getting overloaded with new mechanics. And arm wrestling at the beginning, it is mostly about mechanics. So we can take a look at this video and let's see what's up.
Figure 8, we'll walk through it real slow. I'll take you down. You should be starting to lead back out. Once you feel height in the match, you did it there, perfect. Elbow moves back and all the way with your body. I want you to get your weight down onto that foot and kick towards the back of the table. So, there you go. I'll come back at you. And then there, that's it, mate, all the way down with your body. So lead it, there you go, buddy. That's it.
So this is a warm-up. This is how most of the time arm wrestlers warm up on the table. So you move from one side to another. And the whole idea is you go through the muscles that you're going to use when you arm wrestle. You go through positions, sometimes even more open or closer positions that you're going to end up with. The idea is just to prepare your body and mind and build a connection on what's going to happen next. So now he's practicing literally going in for a top roll, then going on defensive position with a top roll, then offensive position with a top roll. And it kind of allows you to understand where that pronator and back pressure is. If you see any arm wrestler in a tournament, this is most of the time how they warm up or in the practices.
Back. Never let your wrist go back at any time. It's just straight. That's way better, eh? Perfect, brother. That is good, Edward. Go on, son. Brilliant, man. Really, really good. So just stop there now.
So great tip, not let the wrist go back fully. Like I think for beginners, they need to understand it, because we see a lot of times guys, like as soon as you tell them like you can't start like this, they will start like this for some reason. They will have their wrist bent back fully like this. And like, if you keep the mechanic where you just go from here, just go here, you kind of learn it or teach it to your body to do this. I will warm up and I will do like this. I know the rules. I know how it is. But for beginners, it's usually better to keep the wrist straight. Yeah, great tip.
The reason we're bringing that foot forward, are you feeling you get more traction through your lat as you do it?
Yeah, it's engaging me more into it. It's keeping this elbow closer to my body by doing that, isn't it?
Yeah, look, Eddie is training for a fight.
Yeah, I did.
I did.
Did 100 leg kicks this morning.
James' face. So wax off, that's a great one. You just go through the motions, right? And you drill it. And just to understanding basic mechanics and of arm wrestling. And more you do it, more you drill it, just better you're going to get. Like there's no way around it.
At least once it won't work.
Yeah.
So what I need you to be able to do is to adjust your position. There's a good chance if you've moved him enough and he doesn't adjust well, you'll just beat it anyway.
Yeah.
Or he'll just beat you anyway if he's got his spot. That's what will happen.
But this is the opposite. If he gets you.
So adjusting position means so how you stand on the table, sometimes you're stuck in position, you really can't move. But like if you do this, you can shift your body weight and change position of your footing. That definitely helps. I think it might be a little bit too advanced for him, but we'll see.
You can stay.
Yes, so you could keep something into it. Right, okay, next stage, go into the resting spot. What I want you to do is try and see the back of your hand all the time.
Yeah.
And just let your wrist bend. So it's bang, there, that. Now, as I get you in that spot, boom, let that go a little looser. There. You see how that's your natural position?
Yeah.
And what your next stage is going to be is try and make your body angle like that. So all your weight's on this foot.
Yeah.
And go that way with your body. So like that. Yes. There you go. Okay. Bit more back pressure on the start. So on the start, try and think, I'm going to not let this guy come in at me.
I love how excited Neil gets. So they literally, the tip on this one is using structure more than muscles. So he can try to catch everything and just just do this. Or he can lean into it, like literally turn away. So if you see, like if I'm turning, my arm is turning as well, right? So sometimes you don't need to do that much mechanics with your arm, and that's the thing. People, when they start arm wrestling, they think it's like it's muscles. It is muscles working to body with the structure, because there's a lot of things where like you will think the guy has tremendous power in some position. Turns out he's just putting his body behind it. There's some positions like if your angle is really good, this doesn't open up. If you just sit down, you can rise on someone, right? If it doesn't fail, you'll rise on someone.
That's it. There you go. Yes.
A man who catches fly with chopstick accomplish anything. This is like with chopstick accomplish anything. Can accomplish anything. I think they made a mistake there.
Right, do the same thing, but in slow-mo, and you go full speed. Ready, go. Do you feel as comfortable there?
That's hard to gauge. There's a lot going on.
Right.
So I've got so many movements to get going, because I can't just go straight foot under, because then I'll be like that.
Yes.
It's got stages, hasn't it? So I have to go here and then get the
Exactly correct. Yeah. Ready, go. Oh, sorry, mate.
loading. He's loading. Stop loading.
The damage in that.
No mercy. So what I don't like is Eddie still starts with the wrist bent, starting with this and this and this is very much different. When referee puts you here, but you want to get here, like see, like how much I can get in, I can get my hand behind. So that's the thing. This is why we need wrist to be straight at the go. It's a huge advantage. Whoever starts with this, and if that's what you want, huge advantage. You have to drill it. But again, it comes with like I think every single time you can start like this, referee will straighten you out. You just need to be comfortable in that position.
Yeah, doing all this.
Yeah.
I was fine. So if you drive up that, I was fine.
So keep your wrist bent, but just push more. There you go.
And that pushes
Right up.
Slide you up, yes.
Yeah.
Always up. Height is king. That still feels comfortable with your legs.
Height is king.
Yeah.
Height is definitely king. Sweep the leg.
There you go.
I do believe James has been watching Karate Kid, the new season. So let's see one more time. Good initiation, but not enough wrist flexion for me. Like, doesn't matter where the direction is, was a top row or hook,
When it
you
goes
want to
referee's
have
grip, you
good
just
wrist.
make sure that when you go in there, you go there like that.
Yeah.
And you say, I want to see my thumb knuckle ref, and I want that webbing level.
Yeah, so-
The webbing's got to be level, and I want to see my thumb knuckle. And then he's going to wrap Brian. He'll always go to. Brian wraps above it, go, no, ref, he's wrapping over my thumb knuckle.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to see that thumb knuckle. That's going to keep him honest.
So capping just means, so when referee says, do you want to be capped?
In other words, you can be starting like, you can either start like that, because you feel like you don't have access to your own power.
Yeah, yeah.
So these are classic, like basic tips. If you know, like the guys will want to grab high and not see the thumb knuckle, right? You have to learn to grip lower, because sometimes you think if you grip not high enough, you don't have a chance. You can't protect your hand. It really depends on what you're fighting for. I do think what we're seeing here is what they're showing us. Most likely, they're not on a camera talking about strategies and things like that, which would be kind of dumb. But what we're seeing here, it's literally going through the basic things. So this could happen. So this is how you take a grip. This is what you're looking to match.
Correct. When you get into those positions and you're in a match like that, is there anything you can do with your hand to climb, gain greater height? Is there anything that you can do with your elbow to give you a better position? So if we're in a situation where, let's say James has got me into a big winning position, okay, and I found a resting spot and I'm in this kind of position, and I think, oh, once I'm there, I need to try and maintain my heart rate, just keep myself so I'm not gassing and I'm not pulling under him. If I pull under him, that's bad. I need to keep these things in place, i.e. palm remains constant and high. Hanging onto my pronator a little bit, just blocking it, okay? Yeah. When that breath comes and you get into centre, there are a couple of things that are going to make a great deal of difference. One of them is
I can see like for Brian, sorry, for Eddie, this is like too much. I do believe like this is too much. It's too complicated. Resting points, pronator, and things like that. It's very easy to get over. Like, but again, like we're seeing just parts of this, and I don't know how far they are. Maybe when this was filmed, but the thing is, they have what I know 8 more training sessions for like hour and a half, 2 hours to work on these things, mostly to work on arm wrestling biomechanics on the table and strategizing what they're going to do. So this is like going through many different things.
The other thing that will be good for you is...
And for me, it's also very hard. If I talk to anyone who's a beginner, I'll get easily distracted and start telling them things that they are not ready for, or they won't even need to because they don't know how to.
If you can slide your elbow forward a little when you're in that A side.
That's
So
like,
let him find
okay,
his-
so the whole thing went like, let's watch it again. So the whole thing is you find a defensive position. How can you transition to a better hook position? Because a lot of people, yes, they will get stuck in position and just fight there while they could just get more movement in their elbow and get a deeper hook
All things are
position.
going to make a great deal of difference. One of them is in it right here. The other thing that will be good for you is if you can slide your elbow forward a little when you're in that A side.
That's the winner too.
Okay, so let him find his A side.
Yeah. And if you can hold him.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Ed, from there, mate, nice and relaxed and keep that pressure off. I want you to try to just move forward to get your wrist more. Better spot for you. Does that feel more comfortable straight away?
Yeah.
Okay, now maintain that. Just maintain your resting spot. Let him try and find a way back in the match. And then just, I want you to get used to just being relaxed, trying to keep your head.
That looks good. That really does
Really
look good.
That's good.
He's a
mate.
little too open, but
That's
it
good.
comes
Now,
with
don't sacrifice your hand. Don't keep your hand
more
forward.
mouths.
Try and keep your
Can
hand
get something.
flat. This is what I want you to get into. So that when you're in that position, you can hear all this peripheral noise.
The only thing I see is like that there's still not enough control with fingers. It's look, when you cup, you have to cup and you don't let go. If you re-gripping, it's fine, but you still want to like all he wants to do is all the time. Like this is a force, right? If I cup my wrist, someone else's hand or arm moves downwards. I can put him in a worse position just by cupping the wrist if I'm powerful enough.
Just think of it. Yeah, I'm good. All the noise in the background, we shut it out. And what we're keeping focused is the index finger high, 3 points of contact. One is this, one is this.
Yeah.
And if we get an access point at any of them, we can take it. Same situation. Off the start, James, it'll be a little awkward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not daft, but a little awkward. Okay. Pretty good. Now then, your index fingers wide open there, and you can climb a touch with that. This can go over a touch, you can roll it over.
So not really top roll, more side pressure based, like hitting to the side. He still tries to maintain a high ground, but as he rolls, he goes like this, and it's fine. I think for Eddie's strengths, that would be probably the better choice. And it's not just Eddie's strengths. Talk about Brian's strengths. Brian is massive.
Pretty good. Now then, your index fingers wide open there, and you can climb a touch with that.
Oh, that was good.
This can,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, if you feel that holding up at any time, that'll be instinctual. So
Yeah,
hold it
Don't forget to breathe. Very important.
I mean, arms off the table there.
Yeah, 9 out of 10 doctors recommend that.
Yeah.
Don't keep holding.
See,
Just nice
like
relax.
you can see, like for beginners, it's a normal thing. As soon as they hit, they don't like they understand where they need to pull, and they pull without wrist flexion. So not all the time you will get this. Like this is perfect scenario, right? But even if I get from here to here, it changes so much.
Yeah.
Just look at it again. As soon as he hits, boom, wrist goes back a little bit because he's focused on pulling.
And just nice
And
relax.
in my opinion, like okay, much better,
Ready, go.
but I would just go more on wrist flexion. No doubt. I have no doubt Eddie's is really strong. Mechanics will still take some time to getting used to. And like the more they put in work, better they're gonna get. And again, they showed us something they wanted us to see. How I expect the match would go. I do think it will be crazy to fight for height with Brian Shaw, but you can give him all the height. It would be crazy to fight. without the strap, so you need the strap. And I think for Eddie, could be very easy to get it if he can just jam his shoulder or even go backwards. It doesn't matter. Like, you will get the strap and they will give it to you if you don't get pinned while you're trying to get it. And then in the strap, if he can stop a little bit of Brian, we're in for a match. We're going to check in with Eddie and his training a little bit later again. I'm very interested in this. But like you can see, like, this is classic. The movements are like, they're not terrible, in my opinion. They're not terrible. They're just not polished. And this what comes with experience. He's preparing for martial arts and he knows he has to do 100 kicks. So here also you need to do 100 top rolls, 100 hooks. And what I heard from him, he really likes pressing, which I think could be a good weapon for him if he stays safe. The thing is, like, pressing, I do not recommend for beginners. You need to condition your arm because injury risk, plus you kind of understanding how you need to do it correctly is very hard. Trapping someone with a good press is very, very hard. So I would believe Eddie has good pulling power, and then he can transition. Fighting without the hand is also something he needs to be looking into, most likely he is. So anyway, quick look at Eddie's training. He's coming along. I do think Brian is ahead of him in movements on table and most likely in power. Let's see how they fill that gap, because Neil Pickup is one of the smartest guys in arm wrestling. If whoever doubts that, you have no idea what you're talking about. And for them finding correct approach, and for Eddie to go not as hard as he can, but to put as much as he can into this match. So if you enjoyed it, links are in description for all the information, for all the other things. Watch all my other videos. Stay strong. Love arm wrestling. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next.